Welcome back to the channel. This is Matt and Pets, and today we are trying out the Penn Plax Cascade 1000 canister filter. That's what we're going to be trying today. I'm going to be putting it on my 75-gallon tank. This is rated for, I think, 100 gallons or something around there. So we're going to be doing an unboxing, and I'm actually going to try it and give you my honest review on how it works on my 75-gallon tank. Now we can cut this open. Hopefully I don't cut anything else. Okay, there we go. So this is what inside the box looks like. It comes with a manual, a bunch of foam to protect it. So these are going to be like the tubes that go over the tank, which I'll open in a second, and I'm not sure what this is. Here's the filter itself. I thought it would be a lot bigger, but I guess that's just a photo on Amazon that makes it look bigger. It also comes with 2 black tubes for the filters and another thing that goes over the filter. So now we're gonna set it up. Okay, there we go. We have a lot of filter media. So we got 3 levels. So here's like the actual canister, and this is the pump on the top. So we're going to the media filter right now. This is the filter that goes on top. It's just a filter padding. Okay, so here we got more filter. I'm guessing this is like some sort of carbon. I'm not really sure, but this is another filter that goes on top of another filter padding. And you need to rinse the carbon bag before you actually set up the filter, so let's go do that. Just put that there. And the bottom filter has another filter padding, and on the bottom it has this sponge thing. So it has a lot of levels of filtration, so it's gonna filter pretty good. So you're gonna put the first level and then your second level, and all you have to do is put it on top and snap it right in. Okay, it's a little harder than it looks. There we go. It just snapped in, just like that. So then, just exactly the same, just put the other one on top. Just snap it in place on both sides. There we go. So now we got our 3 levels of filtration. This is really good. Now you're actually gonna grab your canister, grab your 3-level filtration system, and just plop it back in, just like that. With this plastic, just snap it right in with the tube coming out, and it should look like that. That's perfect. So now when your canister's in, you're gonna find this hole on this side. And then you're gonna find on your pump, you wanna put this hole right in. So you don't wanna accidentally put it the wrong way. So fit it in perfectly. Let's see. And it just snaps like that on all sides, and bam. So I'm gonna put it in here, but obviously I have a lot of stuff in there, so I have to clean it up. If you have like a tank like this, you're gonna have some cables underneath and some like extension cords and like even like the reptile timer thing. You wanna make sure this might leak. You never know. This shouldn't leak, but it might leak. So you wanna make sure if this happens to leak, you wanna make sure that the water doesn't touch any electrical outlets or any extensions or anything that you have in here. So anything that's in here that it's electrical, you wanna level it up just in case. So yeah, make sure you note that. So once you open your packaging, you're gonna get an input and an output. So you wanna make sure you put the colors. You wanna put the blue one with the blue one and the black one with the black one. You wanna match the hole with this and then just screw it in. You wanna make sure to get it nice and tight. You don't want any leaks. So once you put the blue with the blue and the black with the black, remember, this is gonna be your output and this is gonna be your input. So remember that while setting up your tubes. So once you tighten both of your input and output, you're just gonna grab your tube and just push it all the way in there. Just all the way in as much as you can. And then you're just gonna simply tighten this upwards so there's no leaks. So once you tighten this real well, just make sure it's nice and snug in there. And you're gonna do the exact same to the other side. Push it all the way in as much as it goes, and then just tighten it. So when you're done, it should be looking like this. Both tubes should be connected, and these are supposed to be loose, so you are able to move it around, twist it around and stuff. Just make sure these two and this one up here are tightened. Don't tighten it too hard, don't go crazy and break it. You obviously don't want to break this. It doesn't look fragile, but still, you don't, it's better being safe. And these knobs are to turn off and on the passage of the water. So if you turn it this way, no water would be going, obviously. And if you have the arrow going towards the tube, obviously it'll be moving. And same thing with this side. Once it's pointing the same way as the tube, it should be open and the water should be moving. Some of the reasons I like this filter is because it almost makes zero noise, and the option of the exhaust, the output where it's actually throwing water, it has actually two options. The first option, you can have it like this, which I might have it like this. I'm still not sure yet. You can connect it like this and just connect it with the suction cups. Plug them together and towards your exhaust little pipe here. Or you can have it just one way with the direction, with this little direction, this little spout. You can connect it into here and push it on anywhere you want. And don't worry about this. This is actually the part that goes inside of here, but it should already have one in there once you buy it. That's just a replacement part. But this is the part that's going to be sucking in the water. It's going to be sucking in water here and going in through your tube. You're just going to connect it through your input. Make sure you put the input with the actual input and the output with the part that's throwing out the water with these little tubes, or it depends which one you choose, option A or option B. It doesn't really matter. Both are amazing. Just plug this part in with here. Push it in like that. Once you push it in, this is going to be the part that's sucking in the water, and don't worry, this is not going to suck any of your fish or any of the gravel. Now, if you have sand in your tank like me, this part actually goes up and down like that, so you can choose at what level you want the input to be. So if you have sand, you want to put it like up and higher from the sand so it doesn't accidentally suck any sand and just block your pump. So you want to make sure what you're doing here is correct for your substrate. After, you're just simply going to push it into the tube and you should have this finished product. So now we're going to grab our filter and just plop it in. Make sure we get the tubes in there. You want to pinch anything. Oh, there we go. So this is going to be your input, and you're going to want to put 2 or 3 of these suction cups. So once you put it in, you can suction cup to the glass so it won't be moving around or causing any harm or danger to your fish. I got my black tube on this side. I'm going to just plop it in. Plop it in through here. So once you suction it back to the place where you want it, just grab the input and just push it in as much as you can and screw it just like we did with the actual canister with these things. So just do the exact same thing, and now we're going to set up the output. So I'm actually going to end up going with the option A. So it's this little square, and all you're going to do is just plug them in, put this angle in here, and it'll give you some arrows and directions to put it in, and just put a suction cup on each seam. So on each seam, you're just going to put a suction cup. So you're going to have 3 suction cups on the actual long thing and then 1 on this thing so it holds it nice. You'll also have some suction cups left over just in case. For the output, you're just going to do the exact same thing as the input. You're going to use the suction cups to anchor it into the wall. And then you're just going to use the same thing on the back. Just connect the output tube into the thing as much as you can. And then just use the screw to really tighten it nice and snug. And this is what it looks like. So I'm using the sprinkler mode, or option A. And I have to move my basking area because it's literally on top of the basking area, so I have to move the basking area. But now we're ready to hook it up. Now something I didn't know as a beginner is you're supposed to prime the pumps for the filters, and I didn't do that at the beginning. And one of the filters I had at the beginning that I bought, it broke for not priming it. So you want to make sure that you do this part. So down here, without connecting it to the power, so you can see it's here, you're going to use this little thing. You're going to push it up and down. It's going to do like a suction motion. As you can see, as I'm pushing it down, up here near the tube, you can actually see the water. So what you're going to do is just going to keep pushing it up and down like that until you can see that the water, it does like a little siphoning motion, and then that's when you can plug it in. you want to make sure you do this correctly, because if you don't, if you run the pump dry, it can actually break. These aren't cheap, so you want to make sure that you do this correctly so you don't break it accidentally. Okay, I got it, and I'm gonna plug it in. Okay, I finally got into siphon. So it's sucking up now. Let's see when it starts spraying. Yo, that was actually pretty exhausting. I'm gonna turn down. Ooh! Oh my goodness. That's a little more powerful than I thought. And I'm gonna go ahead and push these down. I wanna aim it directly down. Cause like this, it has way too much power. Look at that. I can really feel water jumping out. So I finally completed it. I'll be honest, the priming part was exhausting. I'm literally sweating. So all you have to do is pump this up and down until you actually siphon it. So once you actually hear the water like going in is when you actually plug it in. And once you actually close it, you shouldn't hear it at all. So here it is. Here's the final product. I'm gonna fix the situation here. So I'm gonna come back in 3 days and give you my honest review on how this been with the noise and with the actual filtration, how the fish and turtles are reacting to this, and I'll see you in 3 days. Okay, so it's a day later and I've been running the filter all night and all day. And here it is. There it is. I'm recording in the camera. Look, the little turtle's basking. Oh, he just jumped out. The filter's been working great. It's super quiet. It's down here. It's super quiet. I literally had a guest sleeping here tonight and they did not complain. Nothing about the filter is making a noise. The only thing making the noise is obviously the water falling. But that's normal. That's obviously. Oh, hello, little turtle. What you doing? The turtles love it because they keep going in the bubbles, which like pushing down the water, and they keep swimming up and down in that. And then, I don't know. I think they like it. I don't know. I don't know. The filter is good, so I'm giving it 5 stars. It's actually pretty cool. It is on the expensive side, but I think it's worth it. It filters a lot more, and this is rated for 100 up to 100 gallons. And this is a 75-gallon tank. So if you put this filter on a 30-gallon tank or 55, it is gonna filter it really good. So yeah. So if you do want to purchase the Penn Plax 1000 canister filter, I will leave a link in the description so you can buy it off of Amazon. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I give it 5 stars, and let me know what you guys think in the comments. Peace.